And how was it that first time, like when you had that first surgery and you came out of it, where you were like, yeah, this is good. I like this.
I did. As soon as I got back to the hotel, because we did have to travel for the surgery, I just looked at myself and I thought, when is my next surgery? When, from that very moment, it was, when am I going back? And
Yeah.
so, my boyfriend's kind of looking at me like, are you crazy? Are you on too many medications? But I booked literally the next week to go back, and I had to wait 6 months. And so in 6 months, I went again for my next surgery.
So you had this, because I saw a picture that you posted what you looked like, what was it, 3-4 years ago, and obviously very very different. And I mean, is that something that when you look at yourself now, like you look at yourself now versus how you looked then, did you ever think that what you'd like, it would be that much of a different, that you'd be that much different?
It's funny you say that, because I look at that picture and you can tell the picture where I didn't have the surgery, I'm kind of slouched. I'm kind of like, the smile's not there. You look at my surgery picture and the confidence that picture has is crazy. And that's what I think did it for me, was like, look at me. Like, I want to keep going through the health and the fitness journey and continuing to do good for myself, because look at the confidence it's giving me.
So then it wasn't just the boobs that was the thing. I mean, was that like the initial thing that you did on your transformation that led to the other things like the fitness and everything?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So I I got the boobs, and then, booked my second surgery. And, but then when I looked at it, I didn't even realize that the difference in the confidence was there. So it wasn't the real reason.
Sure.
But the different things that it did for me were also amazing.
Yeah. And so, and that was just on your first one when you went to 750.
Yeah.
So how was it when you came out with the 18s at the 1800s?
Well, I had lots of healing to do, and it was fast. But as soon as I was able to hit the public, the looks and the eyes and the compliments and the amount of people who want to touch these. Like,
big boobs have that effect.
Big boobs have that effect, right?
Yeah.
So, you're at the supermarket, and it's mainly women is what's funny about it, which, the guys look, but I mean, a lot of the times, they're afraid, they're with their woman. But the amount of ladies that just want to come up to me and feel them and talk about it is incredible. That was kind of fascinating to me.
Yeah, that is interesting. I mean, I'm sure with the guys, it's, not just whether or not they're with somebody, but I think they also, in this day and age, they don't want to make somebody feel too uncomfortable just by even looking or doing something else. And then also, I mean, assuming that if you're out with your boyfriend, obviously they don't want to potentially create a problem there if you're together.
No, absolutely. And the reactions are different if I'm alone versus being with my boyfriend. My boyfriend's kind of intimidating looking guy.
Okay.
So I don't get as much of that, but
sure.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Sure. Yeah. Well, and that's the thing is when you see somebody, if a guy were to see a woman like you with the boobs that you have and be like, wow, but then see who you're with and you're just like, all right. I mean, I'm curious, how did he react when you, like, was he somebody that he was on board and he was like the moment that you said you wanted to get them, or how did that work?
Yeah, so it took us about a year and a half to find the right surgeon, because I wasn't about to just let anybody in there, of course. So it took us about a year, but he was so supportive, and he has been through this journey so supportive of me. There was never a question. If this is what I wanted to do and I had the right doctor and the right medical care, then that's really all that mattered.
Sure. And was he like, was he into big boobs already, or was he just somebody who?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so he was not hard to convince.
He was not hard to convince.
So he must have been having his own, fun when that finished.
Oh, absolutely. And I mean, he's saying to me now, like, I want to go even bigger. And so he's like, all right, book the appointment. Let's go.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah. But obviously, as you get bigger, I feel like your surgeon options might get smaller, because I know that there's fewer doctors that'll actually go that large. So
I have one.
Okay. Well, yeah. So that's great.